So in this video, I want to talk about doing a big hip circle. So in another video, we do the pelvic circle, which is called the AMI. Here we're going to do a big hip circle. Now, the interesting thing is that it would seem theoretically like this would be a really simple move to do, but I have to say that this is actually, surprisingly, one of the most difficult movements that I teach in class. I'm not exactly sure why. I think that partly it's because we tend to sit a lot and we don't have a lot of mobility in our pelvis and our back. Or I think that me personally, I feel like there's a lot of shame associated with moving our bodies in this way. And that's why I also think that belly dance is such a healing dance for women, is because you get movement, you get connection with this part of your body that there's often a lot of shame attached to. So I think it's kind of a combination of those things, but if you're thinking like, why should this be so hard? Or if you're having any trouble with it, just know you're not alone for whatever reason. This seems like a really challenging movement for people. So one of the things that you want to keep in mind here is that most of all, this is a shifting of the weight. So really tune into the bottom of your feet and see what it feels like when you move to all four different directions. So when I'm here in the front, I feel the weight on the balls of my feet. When I'm to the side, I feel the weight on the side. In my heels, side, front, side, back, side. Now, the more you do this, the more you can actually engage your abdominal muscles and have them do some of the work too. But for now, just focus on shifting your weight. Balls, side, heels, side, balls, side, heels, side, like that. Yeah, and then as you see from the side, and again, don't be so far forward that you're actually bending in your upper body. I was exaggerating a little bit to show you the movement, but you don't want to do this. You're actually lifted up here, and your lower body is just moving around. And this is where your abdominal muscles can really come into play, because I'm actually using my abdominal muscles to move my hips around like that. Front, side, back, side. And in the big hip circle, my feet are a little bit more than shoulder width apart. So I would say like hip width or shoulder width and a half. So you're not too far out. If you're too narrow, you're a little bit restricted in your movement. So you kind of have to find out for yourself where that kind of sweet spot is. But make sure that you practice on both sides. So get it going on one side and then practice the other side. And really just enjoy this movement. This will really help your range of motion and your flexibility. Feel all the different muscles that are engaging in order to do this. And that's the big hip circle.